But let's get into it with my all-time favorite segment this week in Shohei Ohtani news. We're going to talk about his All-Star Game performance. We're going to talk about his pitching and his hitting and his awards that he has racked up. This is going to be a good one here today. Let's start with the All-Star Game. His entire All-Star Game performance, not just the game. The game was great. He led off the game. That was really cool. But even from the second I got there, the first thing that happened, I get there to media day. Dusty Baker, the AL manager, is out there, and he's asked about the starting pitcher. And he's asked if Shohei Ohtani was going to start the game. And Dusty Baker said, I asked Shohei if he wanted to start the game. He was offered the starting pitcher and was told no, he wanted to end up starting on Friday. We saw him pitch. But Shohei Ohtani was asked to start the All-Star Game. After everybody was talking about it, is it going to be Shohei? Well, it could have been. And you couldn't have gone wrong. That would have been a great option. But he turned that down. And then what else did we see from him? First pitch of the game, we saw something cool. Clayton Kershaw, Dodger legend, against Shohei Ohtani, current legend of the game, face of baseball, the clash that we were all waiting for. Kershaw says, you know what? I'm going to throw as hard as I can. It's going to be 91. See what you can do with it. Shohei Ohtani, as he's walking up to the plate, says, first pitch, I'm swinging. That's it. That's all I know. He goes up there, first pitch, gets a knock up the middle, first hit on the first pitch of an All-Star game since Mike Trout in 2015. Doesn't seem like that long ago. It's 7 years ago at this point. That's a long time. So, of course, Shohei did it. First pitch of the game, gets a hit. Gets on first base, immediately gets picked off. Immediately. He was definitely going to steal and immediately gets picked off by Clayton Kershaw. He laughs it off, face in the dirt, just laughs it off. But that was great. His All-Star Game performance from start to finish was a lot of fun. And this one was different. Last year, we saw him in the Home Run Derby. We saw him leading off. We saw him starting on the mound. That's a lot. That was a lot to do. So this one was different. He didn't have to do all that. And I actually got to catch up with him on the red carpet and talk to him about just that. Maybe enjoying this All-Star Game a little more, and had some other questions for him as well. So I want to play that for you guys. And you all know how cool this was for me to catch up with my best friend, Shohei Ohtani, and Ippei on the red carpet. Just a really cool moment, and here it is now. Shohei, first off, congratulations again. This is really cool. Now that you're not in the Home Run Derby, the leading off and pitching, are you able to kind of appreciate this All-Star Game more, enjoy everything that's going on?
バタバタしてましたけど、今年はやること少なくて、もうちょっとゆっくりリラックスして楽しめてるでしょうか。そうですね、今日も。Yeah, definitely having, I don't want to say more fun, but last year was my first time. I didn't really know what to do, but I went through it once. I know how it goes. So this time around, I'm definitely able to relax.
Ippei, I want to talk to you. I appreciate you just as much. This is really cool you guys are able to do this. How cool is this All-Star Game experience for you as well? You're here every step of the way with Shohei.
Like kind of the same thing. Last year was a crazy 2 days, just running around everywhere. But like you said, he's only hitting this time, so I'm able to kind of chill and relax a little bit.
Last one for you. How would Shohei, the batter, do against Shohei, the pitcher?
投手翔平に対してどういう結果になります？
まあ今年に限って言えばピッチャーの方が有利かなと思うので、まあ真ん中にまっすぐ投げとけば抑えれる。
So if you're talking this year, the pitcher Ohtani wins. He could just throw the heater down the middle, and the batter has no shot.
That last question's great because I think Shohei knew what I was asking when I did. So the chuckle there, and then the laugh from Ippei before he translated it back to me was hysterical because he was laughing at Shohei's answer, which was just in true humble fashion of Shohei. Yeah, I'd strike myself out this year. I'd just have to throw it right down the middle. It was so cool catching up with him. It was so cool talking to Ippei as well. I wanted to ask Ippei a question. I have a lot of respect for what Ippei does for Shohei. He is everywhere with him, and it's not easy a lot of times with Shohei being all over the place and the superstar that he is now. A lot of people wanting to talk to him. He's always there, right next to him. And these two go back to Japan when Shohei was playing for the Ham Fighters over there. They go way back, and for him to be on this journey with Shohei is really cool in my opinion. So I wanted to talk to him as well, hear what he had to say about this, And it was a really cool answer, and I'm happy for him. And I'm glad he was able to enjoy this one a little more than last year. But just really cool for me to have that entire conversation. You guys know that have listened to this segment every week how much I love and appreciate what he's doing for the game of baseball. And now I'm here wearing this shirt, and this set looks like it does. It just looks incredible. And that's all because of what he's doing for the game of baseball. And to have that conversation and to shake his hand was all really, really cool. But All-Star Game ends, and he ends up starting on the mound on Friday because he ended up not wanting to start the All-Star Game on the mound because he wanted to pitch on Friday for the Angels, for his team, and he wanted to go out there for them. And through the first 6 innings of the game, he absolutely dominated. He ended up going 6 1/3, struck out 11 guys. Shohei Ohtani has his MLB leading 8th 10-plus strikeout game this season. It's his 5th consecutive 10-plus strikeout game, which is the 3rd longest streak in franchise history. The only other guy on this list is Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan had a 7-game streak in 1977, and he also had a 6-game streak in 1972 and 73. It split those 2 years. So Shohei, when it comes to pitching, is on a list with only Nolan Ryan in Angels history. He continues to amaze. That last inning, he ends up getting 1 out, gave up 6 earned runs. All 6 came in that inning. So 6 dominant innings, and then a tough inning for him there at the end. He didn't have a high pitch count, tried to battle through it, wanted to get through that inning, and just didn't have it. The Braves, who have been the best team in the National League since June 1st, got to him a little bit. And that's okay. It's baseball. We're talking about 2 months now. 2 months straight of basically perfection. That's how good he's been. So he has 1 bad inning. It's allowed. It's okay. For every few dominant starts, you're allowed a not so great start. And you know, we saw that with Shohei. It's not all perfect. It can't be always. And you know what? 6 earned runs in 1 inning. Oh, it jacked his ERA all the way up to 2.80. He has a 2.8 ERA after that. That's how good he has been. Shohei Ohtani's numbers are the definition of video game stats. A 2.80 ERA. And then just right after that start, the very next day, he hits home run number 20 on the year. He has a 2.80 ERA and 20 home runs. He's on pace for what? We're a little over the halfway mark. He's at 20 homers. So he's on pace for somewhere between 35 and 40 home runs. And he's on pace to have a 2.80 ERA. And he's striking out everybody at this point. 8 starts of 10-plus strikeouts. Just think about that. Think about what we're seeing. And I know I drive this every single time I do this segment. But think about what I'm saying. A 2.80 ERA, 8 starts of 10 or more strikeouts, 5 in a row in only a category with Nolan Ryan. Oh, and he's got 20 home runs on the year. 20. How crazy is that? Man, what a remarkable year we are in for once again. For the last year and a half, there has never been a better baseball player. For the last year and a half in Major League Baseball, we have seen the most incredible year and a half stretch in Major League Baseball history. And over the last week, Shohei appeared as a hitter in his 500th game. In those 500 games, he has 113 home runs and an 880 OPS. This is legendary, what we are seeing. It is remarkable. And I will continue to talk about it, and I will continue, if I need to be the only one that appreciates him as much as he should be. But he's now getting more and more recognition. I believe he is the face of Major League Baseball. I am happy to have him as the face of this game that I love so much, because this sport, I love growing this game. I want this game to grow, and who can do it better than Shohei? A guy that's transforming the way we know this game, transforming the way we have ever seen this game played, all while being from another country and bringing on an entire new audience and bringing on people that it gave up on the game of baseball, people that have never watched it before. People reach out to me all the time and say, I either stopped watching baseball years ago or I've never watched. And the way you talk about Shohei, or what I see about Shohei Ohtani, has made me fall back in love with the game. That's what he does. He grows this game. He is a great face of baseball. But over the last week, always right after the All-Star Game, is the ESPY Awards, and Shohei Ohtani, of course he did, took home not one, but 2 awards. He was named the best player in Major League Baseball, which is pretty cool, the best Major League Baseball player, and he was named best male athlete. Best male athlete. I agree. Agreeance from me. That's how good he is. I'm glad he's getting some recognition there. And I will continue and always continue on this show to give Shohei Ohtani the love and respect that he deserves. So another cool week for Shohei. Did it all again at the All-Star Game. Pitched, had more than 10 strikeouts again for the 5th straight time. Had his 20th homer of the season. And most importantly, we continued our friendship of being best friends. That was probably the highlight of his week. I have no doubts, but it was certainly the highlight of mine. And that does it for this week's edition of This Week in Shohei Ohtani News. Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.